Science. Hello class, welcome to English class video science. Today we are going to learn about science. It's going to be really fun. We are going to make an experiment, but before we start, please subscribe if you are not, and give a thumbs up and write down on the comments, how are you feeling today? Do you feel fine? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? How do you feel? Please write it down right there on the comments below, and let's begin with this experiment. Alright, first things first. We are going to learn about a specific topic, right? And it's non-Newtonian fluids. Alright? A non-Newtonian fluid is a non-Newtonian fluid is a special type of fluid. Its viscosity depends on the force that you apply to it. So if you hit it hard, it's going to be a solid. But if you put your hand on it really softly, it's going to be a liquid. How does this work?
Resistance to flow. Because a cornstarch solution's viscosity changes with an applied force, it is a non-Newtonian fluid. Unlike a Newtonian fluid, applying forces to this non-Newtonian fluid causes its particles to behave more like a solid and flows when emptied from a bucket. You can't break its surface even when using a sledgehammer. You can even jump on and off a cornstarch solution. Just remember, don't stand on it, as you will eventually sink.
Well, I'm going to let you guess. Why does this liquid act like a solid depending on the force that you apply to it? Think about it. Meanwhile, you are thinking about it, we are going to do the experiment. Alright? Let's begin. So for this experiment, you are going to need two things, and only two things. Well, actually three. You are going to need cornstarch, water, and a container, something in which you can do the mixture. All right, so let's do it. It can be any brand of cornstarch. It can be maizena. That's perfect. And let's begin with this experiment. Come on. All right, we have here everything we need. We have cornstarch by this brand. This is a little different because it's a chocolate flavor, but it's going to be the same, so don't worry. We have water, and we have a plate right here. Right? So first thing we're going to do is open this. Please use a pair of scissors. It's going to depend on how many non-Newtonian fluid you are going to make, right? First thing to do is add the cornstarch, right? Then we're going to add water, but be careful with the water, right? We're going to add a little bit at a time. There, and we're going to mix it. A little bit more. Remember, this one is chocolate flavor. Yours, please be sure to buy it natural, without flavors, okay? Because that is going to affect somehow. Right, let's mix this. Now, when you start mixing, you are going to start noticing something weird, right? is going to get really, really strong, really, really thick and difficult to mix. That means that you have now a non-Newtonian fluid. Here I have one. Here I have it. All right. So I'm going to grab a piece and I'm going to make check it out. I want you to see it correctly. So this is a ball, right? Check it out. It's a ball. If I squeeze it, but then if I leave it, it's going to turn into a liquid. If I grab some and I just make a ball, check it out. I'm making a ball right here, but if I leave it, it's going to turn into a liquid. Now be careful with this. You don't want to make a mess like I'm doing, but check it out. Check it out. I am right now applying force, stress to the mixture. That's why it feels solid. But if I leave it, it starts like melting. Now let's test heating it. Now let's try to heat the mixture, right? As you can see, it's running like any liquid. If I put my finger like really, really soft, I can grab it like this, you see? But if I do it really hard, it doesn't allow my finger to go through. And if I do it really, really strong, I can rip it. If I grab it like this, like strong, I can make a ball and it's going to turn into liquid again. Great, right? And you can play with this as much as you want. Just please don't pick one of chocolate. It's going to get your hands all it's going to get your hands all sticky. Check it. Making a ball, and oops, there it goes. If I hit it, then if I hit it really slowly, yeah, great. So in this part I wanted to show a close-up of how it looks. So here you can see how I am applying stress to the mixture and it turns into a solid, but when I leave it, it goes back to a liquid state. So right here you can see how it's running like any liquid, and then I apply force again and I can rip it and it goes back to fluid when I stop applying force. You see there, liquid. And if I put my finger really slowly without applying enough force, you can see how it behaves just like a normal liquid. It's really amazing. Wow. All right. So as you could see, a non-Newtonian fluid works like this. So you have this mixture of solid, which is the cornstarch, and the water. When you apply a strong force to it, the water escapes, but the cornstarch, which is the solid on the mixture, cannot escape. Hence it turns into solid because it doesn't have water. So the only change that happened to this mixture is that the viscosity of the substance change, all right? And it's just because the water is moving to another place. Meanwhile, the solid, which is the cornstarch, is not moving at all, so it turns into a solid. Wow. All right, let me know right down here on the comment section if you already knew how to do this experiment and also how it works. Can you now explain to me how it works? Now, before I go, I want to leave you with this video which shows how strong can a non-Newtonian fluid can be. Also, the mixture of cornstarch with water, it's also called oobleck, and this is what this video is about. So check it out and let me know what you think. It's really amazing.
It's like shooting it out at the bottom.
Oh, there goes the balloon. Oh, it's moving.
Oh, it's like dragging it along the chain.
It's shooting it forward. Oh, and then I hit this part too.
Now, do you think that either one of these will be more bulletproof than the other? This is the oobleck balloon, and if you look behind it, the BB actually made it through. You can see it coming out the back right now. That's pretty surprising. I thought the oobleck would definitely stop it.
No! Oh my
Look at that!
gosh!
Definitely acted like a solid.
Yeah, for sure. That isn't, because it's like chunks.
Yeah, it just shattered it.
Dude, the first couple seconds of impact are like, it looks like something out of Star Wars or just
Yeah.
like some special, just like
Like the outside shooting, the outside
like that first shot, it's like
Yeah.
spin like that. Like
Yeah.
looks like little lightning spindles.
Yes. It's almost a pattern, like it's from the golf ball's dimples that
Oh yeah,
come
I
out
bet
that
you're
way.
right. That is one of the craziest things I've.
The force of that explosion transferred right into the table, and the whole thing, made of solid wood, starts wobbling. And then it sprays this oobleck everywhere.
And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care, be safe, and I will see you later. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe to the channel, and also, before I forget, send a picture of your experiment to my email address, right? I need to see it with my very own eyes. I need to see your experiments. Good? See you next week. Bye bye.